And hello and welcome to Just kidding. This is going over. Let's go.
Yes, we are, baby.
I am Fred Slow. Alongside me is Van Nunley, and alongside he is Saleh Taylor. And we are, of course, at Howie's sports page because it is a Monday, boys.
All right, I did the little wave to salute to the camera, and I unfortunately ended a little too high.
Yeah.
Saleh, so if anyone's looking at us weird, it's my fault.
You know, I accept you as you are. People should know that, and that's okay.
Saleh Taylor is
the other white.
Okay, that's how we're going to start this thing. Saleh Taylor is, of course, the champion of Duke City Championship Wrestling, and he is known as For Sale. And this past Saturday, he defended his title at NWA New Mexico. Got it, Bueno. And my favorite part of the night was how many fans bringing signs saying they hated you.
Yeah, as soon as I learn to read, I'll get offended. But
okay,
I feel right. I just saw my name because I recognize that part.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that they knew how to spell that part.
You know your mark.
Yeah, I knew my mark.
Marks in the crowd.
I got it.
Said.
I got
Good
it.
form.
Well, smart. Well done.
You can join us every single Monday night up until football season here at Howie Sports Page, where us and NM-ish, of course, which is your combat sports community partner here in town, they'll be joining us after this broadcast where we will watch pro wrestling and we will play fighting video games and we will enjoy the fellowship that is Howie Sports Page.
You forgot one big one.
All right.
Drink. We're also going to drink.
Yeah,
obviously drink at
I
Howie's.
said fellowship.
Yeah.
Would it be Mary, something like that?
We're going to get married?
To be or not to be married?
I know a girl named Mary who comes here all the time.
Well, sweet, man. I can't wait to meet her, you know.
I used to be married.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, Saleh refuses to.
You know, it wasn't legal then, but, you know, you have yet to ask again.
Yeah, well, after Macklemore put out that one song, it became cool.
I only had $20 in my pocket.
That's a different song.
But still.
Or how about a Jagged Edge's smash hit, Let's Get Married? What about that one?
Yeah, is that one?
Meet me at the altar, your white dress. I wasn't wearing the white dress. It was one of us, and wasn't me.
You know every lyric.
Is that the real lyrics?
Yes.
Oh, man.
We ain't getting no younger, so we might as well do it.
That's a lie. How many weddings have you DJ'd?
Oh, this is a great question.
Because the only person who knows that song is someone who recently got married or the wedding DJ.
Or sponsored, yeah. I've DJ'd 20.
Oh, my God.
I played it as a band in at least 40, 50.
Yeah.
And then I've MC'd another 10. But there's a time when I worked for Men's Warehouse, and I set up over 120 weddings from the rentals, the tuxedo suit rentals.
Holy moly.
Yeah, I was the guy.
I didn't know you're locked in like that.
I was the guy.
You're the business.
I was, yeah.
I miss that. Am I right?
Oh, good one.
Good form, actually, yeah.
How many brisses have you done?
Yeah, good.
That's what I want to know.
I was on my way to do one, but they left town.
Got your scissors.
Yeah.
They go, sir, we know how you feel about coconuts. You're not the one.
What's a fried calamari?
I just did the math in my head as you guys were talking about that. I've been a best man 12 times.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think I've been in, easily over 20 weddings. But I've been a best man 12 times. That's wild.
Only 2 for me.
This 12, of the 12.
I'm always like a good man.
Yeah, you're
never the best.
You're
man.
one of them.
Yeah.
I can see a lot of people saying to Fred that they are Fred's or Fred is their best friend.
Correct.
And that's the thing. Actually, you would go through that too. A lot of people would say, Van's my best friend. And you're like, I'm just trying to remember who I am real quick, man.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
What am I to you?
Yeah. Whom am I?
Now, I would like to break this down for you guys real quick. So this 12 times I've been a best man in weddings, 3 of those actually count as 6 because it's the same 3 guys, but I did it twice for each of them.
Nice.
So technically,
when you do their third one, you know it's real.
Yeah, so I think I've only been in 7 different, but 12 total.
Well, okay. 12 different brides.
12 different brides. Yeah. 11 different brides.
Oh, a redo of one of them.
Well,
a repeat?
It's small town stuff.
Nice.
So 11 brides and 7 grooms.
Doing some Zsa Zsa Gabor stuff over
this
there.
is actually a Shakespeare play, which is pro wrestling.
That is pro wrestling. in Fair Burke, where we lay our story.
Obviously, the lone professional promoter, Fred Slow, that's the known pro wrestling name that I have. when I make the move to in-ring action, when that time comes, I could easily become the best man, Fred Slow.
That's a great
That's
shtick.
a very good gimmick.
That's a great shtick. Yeah.
The best man, Fred Slow.
That is, I could just be the best man. Forget the name. You know, whenever like
The
wrestlers used to have just careers, occupations where they're wrestling gimmick.
IRS.
Yeah. The garbage man.
The Brooklyn Brawler.
Yeah.
I love them, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have like a tearaway tuxedo as you're walking in.
Yes, these are all very smart and possibly. And you come out with like champagne flutes.
100%.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
You come out to Eddie Vedder, but you dub it. Could be the best man.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's that train song?
Crazy Train.
And as soon as you get out,
Don't know that one.
That's such a deep cut.
and your move is, because you got to move around the ring to get shine right before your match, and you're just getting on one knee proposing to like ruining ruining.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the guy who ruins the wedding. Or
you
give them the flute as well, and they can throw it at you.
There's so many renditions too.
Gosh.
Like
you give a just super drunk best man speech
Yep,
every time you
that
grab
one.
the mic.
Happy to see you again.
Yeah.
Happy to see everyone again.
I'm facing off against the Duke City Championship Wrestling heavyweight champion of the world, Solly Taylor. And I go, I know Solly Taylor. So for a long time. I know him a long time. That's how you start. Yeah, and then these are all great. And then you bring out the knife that you hit on the glass.
100%.
You know, clink, clink, clink.
Yeah.
I got to kiss somebody.
Every single match you hook up with a new bridesmaid.
Oh gosh.
How tasteful. We can't do anything until we're married.
You bring out one of those boxes where people put their cards in, you know, that's at the table where you drop your gift or whatever. And when people in the crowd don't have one for you, you're like pissed. You're like, this
just stare at them, really intense.
Oh gosh.
This is the whole thing, man.
You come out with a gift wrap box and you're like, of course it's the blender.
Yes.
Not even a ninja.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, Mr. and Miss. And then somebody in the crowd's like, that's the pastor. And you're like, it's okay, I just got here from the bachelor party. That's actually the gimmick. It's not even in the wedding, like tuxedo, whatever. It's bachelor party best man.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, you remember Steve Buscemi in The Wedding Singer? Where he's like, the better
man.
Yes.
The better man. Give it a week.
Oh,
is that like you got to like drunkenly sing "Holiday" from the background, or like that could be your entrance? Holiday, celebrate.
Every promotion that's worth a snuff has done the in-ring wedding at some point.
Oh yeah,
and there's
have you had any offers?
Okay, so you're asking a great question.
Yeah,
so at Duke City Championship Wrestling, there are two fans. They don't know I'm telling the story, so I'm not going to mention their names.
All right,
they met at Duke City Championship Wrestling.
Love that.
They have fallen in love. They are now with child.
Whoa.
They plan to get married, and they have talked to me about at the wedding doing a run-in with like Brian Idol and Hobo Hank, where Brian Idol tries to interrupt the wedding and is like,
oh
like,
my God! Anyone has something to say?
Why did I
say it now or forever?
And then the whole crowd, don't do it.
I have something to say.
Yeah. Do you know who this couple is? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Now that I think about it, I'm the one that introduced you guys.
You would introduce us.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And so they always sit, and I'll show you the next show, May the 2nd, Birthday Bash 3, DCCWtickets.com, come out. But they're ringside stage right, and you see them like every single time. Like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, and she's not drinking now. But like normally they're super into it.
My mom did.
Yeah,
I came out all right.
Oh,
we can tell.
I'm Tylenol too, baby.
It's the absolute best. But yeah, they talked about doing. They're like, hey, obviously we met because of this. It's like really important to us. How do we incorporate it? And I go, well, we could just do it like in the ring, like at the array. Like I'm like, we could do the wedding. Like we're going over this idea.
Here's a fun fact for
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about next level, you're the best man 20,000 times.
Yeah.
Have you officiated any weddings? I've done 2.
Now I have done 2 as well.
Yeah.
As you know, Saleh, I am a dudist priest. the fake religion inspired by the movie The Big Lebowski.
Yes.
And I go full regalia. I make Big Lebowski quotes during the ceremony.
Dude.
It is a blast.
I got mine from the Church of Rock and Roll.
Okay, I didn't know that's good. That's a good one.
I started that one.
Oh, you started it. All right.
Universal Church, but then I turned it into the branch of the
Who's
Church of
telling
Rock
you
and
no?
Roll. Yeah, no one's gonna say that. Can I officiate that wedding?
Yeah, but I feel like we have to super gimmick it out where there's like a fan vote. You know what I mean?
Who officiates it?
It's like between you and Van.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, little do they know, we're both legit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's why it has to be one of you two.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like obviously it's going to come down to a match, and Van can't wrestle because he's not sanctioned by the state of New Mexico, so he has to get like a representative.
Yes.
Okay, touche.
Oh.
There's a story here.
Van could bring a champion for him.
Yeah. Also, I've learned in now what is almost exactly 3 years of pro wrestling promoting, wrestlers don't have to be as good as other wrestlers think they need to be to wrestle. Like,
Yeah, that's the game, bro.
You can figure it out.
That's the game.
Yeah. Like, what do we need for Van to do well? A wedding cake to throw him through? Yes.
Yes.
That's the entirety of it. It's all this is very doable. All this is wildly doable.
Now, you know how I take my priestly duties very seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would have to do it as the dude.
Yeah.
There's no Van doing it. It's
the
obviously the dude doing it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I mean, I'm here for it. Van has given updates throughout the broadcast to our live chat, and it's ample. So thank you to everyone who's taking the time with us. Hello, Tim and Joseph, and everyone else before I roll down. Do not forget Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Comcast Channel 96, KSNM 98.7 in Las Cruces. Spanning into El Paso, the Truth or Consequences region. There's a ton going on with your boys, so thank you for being a part of what we do, how often that we do it.
I just want to make it very clear right now that Fred was the one that misspelled Las Cruces, not me.
Oh, did I?
The crutches.
He
fast
doesn't.
fingers.
He doesn't know other cities that exist in the world besides Albuquerque and St. Louis, or how to spell them. He is bad at topography and Spanish.
Okay, I'm good at geography and all Romance languages.
Are you now?
Yeah, that's my
What's your what's your language?
Varsity Blues on a first date,
Oh.
and then
That's just niche, bro.
no, I know I did.
That's not a language. That's a word, you know.
That's my deal.
That's a good move.
Yeah, and then on a second date, it's I go music. I'm a class. Yeah, that's the one where I introduce the type of musics that go over.
I like that.
Yeah, you guys were gonna say it was.
Well, my romance language is Ebonics, obviously.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with it.
What's yours? Yours pigeon.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, Oos.
It's funny you say it like a varsity.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Blues.
didn't ask permission.
Oh,
Can I
exactly.
say it?
Oh no.
Oh, thank you.
No, you can't.
I got the U pass.
No, you do
no
not.
pass. No, bro. You got a strong no, bro.
We were watching. Van and I were watching the debut of Major League Baseball on Netflix the other day, and half of your family was sitting in the front row at Giants.
That's true.
All right, what's it called? Giant Stadium. What's it called now? I don't know what it's called. Not AT&T Park.
It's not AT&T anymore.
It's something at Oracle Park.
Something.
Oh my
and
gosh.
so it's like
They took the front.
yeah, it's both the Usos.
Jacob.
Fatu was there. Because Netflix and WWE obviously, and the Netflix and now Major League Baseball, and I'm looking online for like all the feedback, and they're like, oh, Netflix is just a shill for its own products or whatever, and I'm having a thought in my head. It's like, have you ever watched a Fox broadcast? Have you ever seen how many American Idol,
Yes.
like whatever?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at, not to break down this thing too deeply, but like the score bug is simple and really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like the lower thirds are really good. They put Barry Bonds is there in San Francisco.
Yeah.
They should do that with every ballpark they go to. They
Yeah.
should get the local historical hero of that ballpark.
I don't get the hate for the Netflix broadcast because I thought they did it great and they did it in a unique Netflix kind of way.
Yeah, that was good.
Of course, they're going to advertise their own properties, and good. They're bringing in people from wrestling and reality TV and whatever the hot new show
Jey
is,
Uso's
because
throwing
they're
out,
bringing new fans to baseball.
That's the one.
Jey Uso's throwing out the opening pitch, and the whole crowd is doing the
Yeah,
so
yeet.
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's what baseball needs. Baseball needs pro wrestling. You know how I
Yes.
know? Savannah Bananas.
So
Correct.
talking about opening day baseball.
I am, yes.
What's your opinion on how the ABS has been going? The challenge.
It's the best thing I've ever seen.
I love it so much. They got it dialed in so tight, so efficient.
The pace of it, like challenge 2 seconds later, it's showing,
part.
and it shows everyone.
The best part is, and again, this is all pro wrestling. The best part is the crowd selling it.
Yes.
Like the crowd is so marquee for it. And when the home team gets one, it's as big as a home run.
Yeah.
And when they don't get one, it's as big as a home run being robbed. And it's excellent.
Alex Bregman had 2 in a row in 1 at bat.
Yeah. It was so
good.
And
the crowd went bonkers.
Well, and your boy, CB Buckner, he missed 2. Man. He misses the 2 in a row, and they call him, and he missed them both. And the crowd, I mean, and they do the decibel meter. Yeah. And you go, everything is pro wrestling.
So good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do love the feel, because it's setting a great precedence that like a 3 to 5 second turnaround from a challenge, that it's unbiased.
They said the average is like 11 seconds. So it's not, it's a little bit higher, but that's nothing.
That is brilliant because if it's going to go beyond that 15, 20 seconds, that's when the crowd's going to turn on this and be like, someone's messing with this. So like keep it as unbiased as possible and keep it going. I had a concern that like this is going to mess up the pacing for the players, but they're really digging in on this. They have no problem just throwing out the challenge.
The one that got me the other night, and I don't have it in front of me for the clip for the name, so I apologize. But it's ball 4, and then so old boy starts going down to first, but it's obviously a strike. It's obviously a strike, but it's ball 4 call.
That's what the pitcher called it.
The pitcher right away calls it. But the opposing manager didn't see him call it right away, and he thinks it's too long of a wait.
Yeah.
So you get your first ejection on ABS, and I go, it's like, why do you put that in the scorebook? Like, how do you write that down?
With the new ABS and the momentum of the World Baseball Classic, a baseball season has never started off this hot.
I agree.
People are dropping bombs, 9th inning, extra inning walk-offs. It's an incredible start.
The scorebook, right? Scorebook. A strikeout on a scorebook is a K. Cool. A strikeout looking is a backwards K. We need like a sideways K for overturned ABS.
Overturned third strike.
Yes. Yeah. Because like,
can you put a googly eye on that?
That's what I'm saying.
A cute little picture of a robot.
Yeah. That's a lot of stickers to go through.
And now that Netflix has Major League Baseball, I guess they have it once a week. Is that the correct thing?
Yeah.
Wherever city you're in, you need to have the WWE partnership where they're on the Megatron or the Jumbotron or the Scoratron, whatever that thing is, where there's always the yeet chant, or there's always the
100%.
or what, give me any of them.
Yeah.
But you can now bring that, and those will become destination games for fans.
Yeah.
There's some big wrestler from every major American metropolis.
I agree.
You could plug in somebody anywhere in the world.
And then if you play like a crazy one, because Major League Baseball will do this, if they play a game in like Puerto Rico, then like you can get all of them. And then first of all, if all their cousins buy a ticket, it's sold out,
bro.
So that's really good.
Also, like a crowd that's half baseball, half wrestling, which is pretty much one of this. They overlap in Puerto Rico.
That's Savannah Bananas.
That is agreed.
Well, and that's like Savannah Banana right now. The Texas Tailgaters.
Yeah.
So they use that. The Muscular Man cheerleading crew, the Kazanas are on there. AJ and Casey Kazana, the tag team champions of Duke State Championship Wrestling, are the hunky cheerleaders for the Texas Tailgaters.
Dope.
And they kill it.
They kill it.
They kill it.
All these guys. I was doing a real show yesterday with Brandon Ortega because I wanted to talk about the production, right? I wanted to, we kind of changed up the formula on the real show a little bit, talking about how pro wrestling's made. And we were talking about, I think Tommy Two Scoops and Giovanni were on the screen, right? And they're talking about their rivalry or whatever. And I went, well, I booked Tommy Two Scoops and Tony for commercials. I put these guys in. Tommy's making a movie right now. I'm doing the Saleh's been in a million different things, where it's like these dudes aren't just pro wrestlers. They're entertainers, and wherever you will put a camera in front of them. Like how fortunate pro wrestling is to have all the names I just named, because they can go and do anything. It's awesome.
So here's a little fun thing for those who are workers who watches this and indulge in this, and especially those who are young in their careers. The best thing you can do with whatever job you're given, with whatever gimmick you're given, is your best.
Yeah.
That is the best thing you can do. And you'll be surprised where that can lead to next. On these random times I said yes to things, it's taken me to some weird, but also taking me to some amazing opportunities in which I'm grateful. Professional wrestling has followed through on this principle that I try to follow through on.
Yeah.
I'm given an opportunity. I'll do my best.
Wrestlers are entertainers first before they're wrestlers, right? I mean, think
Good
about the history. Yeah, the good ones. Think about the history of wrestling, like from Andre the Giant and the Princess Bride all the way up to John Cena and Peacemaker right now.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The WWE to Hollywood pipeline has been thick. There's a new guy every 5 years, every decade that takes over Hollywood, and he comes from wrestling.
And there's so much of Hollywood that's borrowed from the world of pro wrestling, where it's, if we go back to the, obviously NWA New Mexico, right? We go back to the NWA, and we go back to like the stolen gimmick of Ric Flair from where it was stolen to how Hollywood is.
Nature Boy,
And then, it goes in the world of sports where you put Ric Flair in the way NIL works now. You can't just have a Tim Tebow on a team who's the greatest college leader of all time, and he's going to will your team to championships. Yeah. All these guys are NIL babies, and they have all the money in the world already. You have to bring in someone who has all the money in the world already, like Ric Flair. You have to bring in somebody who has all the money in the world already, and we could name guys that really abuse that money. But that's what they connect with now, is because we're all just entertainers. Said Nirvana one time. Said one guy from Nirvana.
Good. Yeah. It was a lyric of the song. It's not a thing that he went around saying.
I believe.
But it's like with the Beatles, when John Lennon said, like, some say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not.
You're not.
Not.
You want me to finish that
guy
lyric?
named Warren.
There's more? Yeah. There's more to that?
Yeah, he wasn't the only.
I've been cutting that song off way too fast. And my bad, man.
In your head, you're like, oh, I'm not.
I walk away from the song every time. Just stop playing. There's more to the song.
So silly. Resetting the program a little bit. We are at Howie Sports Page. You can find us at the intersection of Montgomery and Tramway. I believe it's 2800 Montgomery. Is that right? 5300?
Hey, look, just say the corner, Montgomery and Tramway. Don't make it difficult.
You're right.
Don't make it weird.
Come hang out with us. We will be here through the duration of this program and then into the evening hours. Ish will be here, and they're going to put on some Tekken and Mario Kart and all the little.
I can't wait to get my ass whipped at Tekken.
Now,
I'm so stoked.
This already.
I am the champ. Myself and my pro, we won the tournament last time. So I'm ready to say hi to my friends again, man.
We're going to do this every single Monday night here from Howie Sports Page up until the football season, when we then will transition over to Monday Night Football watch parties. But forever, we will be here at Howie Sports Page. So thank you to they for being a part of this. And obviously this program and so many other things that we do available on all of our outlets, including Comcast Channel 26. And you can catch us on 2 Men On KSNM 98.7, Classic Rock, Las Cruces, covering El Paso and Truth or Consequences. And then find 2 Men On and going over wherever you grab your podcasts. I've always been spending a lot of time trying to simplify my entertainment. Okay. I've been trying to undiversify the things that entertain me. I need to find an identity. I need to find like when they say Fred's slow, he likes, and then it's a no-brainer. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been pursuing this, Saleh and Van, and I can't turn on a film. I can't read a pop culture article.
Okay.
I can't start a television program. We could use The Bachelorette as a really good example.
Okay.
I can't anything without only seeing pro wrestling and all of it. We just talked about sports a ton.
Yeah.
I have become so entrapped in my last 3 years as a pro wrestling promoter that everything is pro wrestling.
Synchronicity, baby.
And I am crippled. In how I now absorb media. And I believe this is self-inflicted.
I had no clue how many Mavericks were on the road until I got a Maverick.
Yeah. It's a thing.
They're everywhere now.
Start wearing like a blue thong, you're realizing so many other blue thongs are out there.
100%.
And it's a thing.
Yeah, whale tailing it all day.
It just feels right, man. Taking it back to the early 2000s, man.
How else are you going to show off your tramp stamp?
Exactly.
That's what we need to do, is find Van's list of ex-girlfriends who are all now in their 40s and find their like old storage boxes full of now trendy clothes, convince them to come off that.
Or do you want to just
make millions?
Do you want to just see the box I have in my closet?
Yes.
Is that better? Is that easier?
This is like sleepover leftovers?
Yeah, for sure.
You take them to every home.
Take a shirt, leave a shirt. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Take a blouse, leave a blouse.
Game blouses.
Hey, Van's like, yeah, no, Fred, I'm totally over that gal. I go, that's wild. She still got stuff in your garage. He goes,
the garage smells like her perfume.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a yard sale one day.
Yeah, some people have community libraries in front of their house. Now this guy.
Mementos.
The worst one of all these things I just named. Politics.
Oh God, I know
Right.
we're going there.
I knew we were going there,
Yeah.
and I'm glad.
It's my obsession.
Speaking of the president is a WWE Hall of Famer.
WWE Hall of Famer.
You know, it's one of those things where wrestling gets your attention. Professional wrestling gets your attention, and then politicians finally learned that if you want to get people's attention, you got to amp it up a bit. You got to cut a promo on someone every now and then.
Yeah.
You got to get your hands dirty a little bit. You got to talk a little bit more. Yeah. No, I knew we were going there. Professional wrestling is in politics.
I'm telling you.
Well, no, Trump's team, Steve Bannon, and the rest of those hellions, literally studied kayfabe.
Yeah,
like that is a central tenet of Donald Trump's shine, is the fact of like suspending disbelief. Facts don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Am I being entertained? I can suspend disbelief. I will follow this guy to the end of the earth, just like some kid loves John Cena. It's no different. It's a playbook that was lined up by wrestling, and Donald Trump and his team, and you've seen it more and more in the political spectrum all the time, have directly adopted that.
And the storylines are so parallel. And storylines, the real life storylines. So the one that got me on this one is, and I don't know this cat very well, so forgive me. I don't know his actual work. I only know the stories I'm familiar with through news articles. Drewski?
Okay. The online comedian guy?
Cool.
Yes.
So Drewski is doing parody of Erica Kirk. So Erica Kirk,
white conservative woman, that just looks exactly.
Okay,
it sounds exactly like her.
Touche. But when she comes out, there's pyro on her entrance.
Yeah, see walking all over the pyro.
And that's a real life thing I've seen. I've watched RNDCs and Democratic National Conventions, and I've seen these things where they're rock show. We've gone to them. We've gone to Trump rallies.
Correct.
And, they're Van and I have
first
been.
One. Yeah.
And we went to the one here in Rio Rancho, and it was a rock and roll concert.
It was. I mean, not as a red hat. We attended as objective members of the press,
Correct.
obviously. Yeah. But I was there for the show.
But you walked out with a red hat or two.
Yeah, I took a couple.
Yeah.
Also, red hat is what Van calls brown girls who celebrate Donald Trump.
Feels
so
right.
he walked out with those. That was Van's thing. So look at my blazer. So so Drewski, who I don't know how he leans politically, I don't know any of his story, whatever.
Sure.
But he's doing the parody of what is already a parody of politics, and he's doing this, and it's at least the stuff I saw, it's funny. Don't know how to say it. It's very funny.
Yeah.
And then so the people he makes fun of, they're like, oh, you know what we're gonna do? We got you. So we're gonna fly a helicopter over to Kid Rock's house, and we're gonna take video of him saluting the hovering helicopter as you can see the ripples in the water of his infinity pool going, and this is not cell phone footage behind him. This is a full 4K studio setup capturing this thing, and I go, why is the cameraman there? I go, because this is pro wrestling.
Yes. This is
now and again, I don't know what team comedy is on. I don't know what team Drewski is, but the storyline will continue.
Oh God, yes.
It's all pro wrestling.
It has been for a long time.
A long time.
The way they present it, I think it started in the 80s with Reagan. Like when it became
he's an entertainer.
Hollywood.
Entertainer. Well,
and he didn't really infuse wrestling, but when they started to infuse Hollywood,
the entertainment value,
the entertainment value will eventually people will get tired of it. They're like, okay, this isn't enough.
Yeah.
What more do we need? Like this is the gateway drug to kayfabe and politics. You get a little sprinkle of Ronald Reagan, you get a movie star, air quote star, in the White House,
a fellow
and
worker.
then from there you can do anything with it. And now here we are with full. I mean, the president should not be touring around and rallying while he's on the clock, but it's a very important part of his aura. It's a very important part of his fandom,
of his brand,
is to cruise around and do rallies.
Yeah,
he should be way too busy to do this.
If it was,
but it's so deeply ingrained into the Trump world that the wrestlers keep having to show up.
If it's the 80s and I'm watching a vignette of the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, playing golf while Sergeant Slaughter is off at war against Iran, I would go, that's a good 80s WWE vignette.
Yeah.
That's a very topical and smart vignette. That's real life right now, today. What? And then you're like, all right, how do we spice this one up? Oh, I know. We'll take the local election in Mar-a-Lago and we'll flip it to babyface. Oh, okay.
Flip them both blue.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's hilarious, by the way.
And I'm just waiting for, I mean, you guys tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm just waiting for Donald Trump to change his name to President Comancho. And then is Idiocracy 20 years old this year? It's 20 years old this year.
There's a big difference. The vibe, the pro wrestling, the ambiance, like the spectacle of it is exactly Nacho Mountain Dew Camacho or whatever his name was. The only thing different is President Camacho deferred to people smarter than him and cared about the people and helped save the country. That's the biggest difference. Trump doesn't have that ability. Besides that, everything else is the same.
Do you remember the good old times when we used to watch that movie just to laugh instead of just thinking about how
100%.
real this thing's getting?
Turned into a documentary.
It got real. It's like, oh my gosh.
But like Van said, if it's entertainment and politics, Ronald Reagan's a really good example. Not to the same Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Minnesota.
Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger. We could run the list. Yeah. Tommy Tuberville to a lesser extent. You know, there's people have taken their platforms that they already possess to put it into these positions of power. And then outside of Arnold Schwarzenegger, because I don't think he did, but then just abuse those positions. Just take them and ruin them. I don't know if they were good in the first place, but continue to ruin them or ruin them. Wild.
Yeah, I think Schwarzenegger was definitely a rhino because he was way too liberal to be, a traditional classical Republican, or definitely like a modern MAGA. He's definitely not modern MAGA.
No.
But they're so different and so unique, and they have these different perspectives. Like Jesse Ventura being a Navy SEAL. Navy SEALs. Anyway, him being a Navy SEAL like gives him a unique perspective. He's not just some wrestler that's like, hey, this is going to be a great shtick if I run for politics. He's like a guy with a unique vision
who didn't have time to die.
There you go.
Yeah, you ain't got time to bleed or die. I remember when Schwarzenegger was running his campaign, and then the whole thing came out with all the other
California.
My favorite part of that was it was so heavy that from school, the press conference when he did the famous apology, we stopped and we watched the press. And my favorite part of that still is, I admit to these doings and I apologize. And it stuck with me ever since. But his PR killed it because he admitted, said, I'm sorry, I'm working on it, moving on.
And they did.
Holy crap.
Everybody did, for sure.
Holy crap.
Well, and there's a couple of those guys from that day and age. I'm saying the 80s, but like him, Schwartz, I already said, Sly Stallone. Like Sly Stallone has helped a lot of people. He's got some cool organizations. He's done some cool stuff. Frank Stallone's done weird stuff. You go on with Jesse the Body Ventura, who got in a position of leadership and tried to help the people in Minnesota,
and helped conspiracy theorists
all
over the
world. There, as far as community efforts and being a great human being, Carl Weathers, top tier. Bottom of the barrel, Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris, who was
I thought you were going to say Predator.
Chuck Norris at the Total Gym, man.
And then I think Total Gym kicked him out, and he ended up going with Bowflex or Strike That, Reverse It, where it was because he was so weird, and also not in the WWE Hall of Fame, but could because he was a special enforcer in WWE Survivor Series 1994. But
thanks for that fact.
I got you.
Good for him.
But he famously kicked Jeff Jarrett. It was kind of a big deal at the time. You missed it.
How did he do after that?
I think it was the same day as the OJ verdict, so you missed it.
Oh,
yeah, it was a big day.
That's when I watched in school.
But I mean, those people could go those actors, those whatevers, and someone went on to use their gimmick to get into politics and do really great things, and someone used their gimmick to get into politics and do really terrible things like Chuck Norris. And then, well, they all eventually die. So now they're all dead.
I think the only one who came through and like had a good rebranding and RoboCop when he got involved in WCW.
Oh, I forgot
with
all
Buff
about
Bagwell.
That. Yeah. That didn't.
Is
That
this a
didn't
real thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
RoboCop came out.
I don't think it was Peter Weller though. I think it was like somebody.
It was a
else.
stunt. It was
Yeah.
a stunt actor.
It was a stunt actor.
Oh, you can put anybody in that with the
Yeah.
voice.
But he had a little rebranding in the mid 2000s, and not bad.
You can't.
But if they eventually die,
How did RoboCop turn it around? Like, did he start killing white criminals too, or
yeah,
He
equal
stopped
opportunist.
killing only black criminals?
Yeah,
Because if you go back and watch that movie,
they turned the suit black.
he doesn't kill a lot of white people.
It helped
Is
they turn
that-
the suit black.
All right. Can we be fair for a second?
Uh-huh.
It was Detroit in the 80s.
Yes,
How
it
many
was.
white people were there, Van?
A young Kid Rock
This
out there
is-
committing crimes?
This is like if you got upset with like a zombie film, like in
Oh, yeah, why are they-
Southeast Asia, and you're like, "Why are they all Asian?"
Yeah.
Well, those are all the zombies. They have to be.
Sure.
That's the
Why
only-
is Michonne only killing zombies?
Asking the great questions there, Van.
Sure. Let's get to the bottom of this bad boy.
I'd buy that for $1 guy from RoboCop. I don't know the actor's name.
Legendary.
I don't know. You remember the mustache though?
Oh,
and
100%.
But that is another great example of like stolen gimmick that has been used a million times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Action movies are pro wrestling. Pro wrestling is politics, and pro wrestling is everywhere. I'm obsessed with it right now.
Yeah, you've been saying this for years because I know you so intimately and we're
Mhm.
around each other so GDMF much
Intimately.
that, you've been saying that forever. You're like, no, Van, that's pro wrestling. You take a layer off, you dig a little deeper, you're like, damn it, they got me.
Oh yeah.
It's also pro wrestling.
It's all pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Every persona that's out there.
Like, speaking of a work, I remember I was early 2000s. I went to DC, and it was in session. Government was in session, and I remember seeing how much of a work it was when people on both sides of the aisle yelling at each other, yada
Mhm.
yada yada,
Mhm.
and then off the TV, out of
Yeah.
that session, they're
They
just
walk
hanging
out
out,
together.
talking. I was like,
Yeah.
All of those, similar to you. I mean,
Because they all have the same corporate sponsors. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
The same people are paying
Yeah.
them to say whatever they're saying.
are you putting on your Exxon tab or am
Yeah.
I? This is the New Mexico. That's where we live. The things we do better than anywhere else.
He got that one right, Sully. I didn't think he was
good
going
for him.
to. Yeah, good
Well,
job.
all three of us choose here too, which
Mhm.
is
That's
Yeah.
right.
it's wild.
That's right.
It's we want to be here. And the thing we do here in New Mexico better than any other state of all of them, number one, universal child care, universal college. But outside of that, we do spectacles. We
Mhm.
got the state fair, the balloon fiesta,
Burning Man.
the whole enchilada. Every couple of years, the New Mexico Bowl one time. I can
Yeah.
run the list of things that are done really well here. But the second best thing we do outside of universal child care, universal college, and spectacles, arm's length from our leadership. The state capitol by law cannot be locked.
Correct.
You can
Yeah.
go into the governor's office right now, and if they're there, they will see you. And if they're not, well, go back tomorrow.
It's an
But
appointment.
you
Well,
go to
you are allowed to wait in a line in the lobby. You can't just walk into their office.
None of them are allowed to be locked. So you go to Santa Fe. You go to Santa Fe during session or similar, and you go to any of those little restaurants that surround it, and they all sit there with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And they work the whatever deals and figure out the thing. And I read today the state of Washington is going to do 9.9% wealth tax on individuals who earn over $1 million a year, and it got done in a day, and blah, 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 and all these things. Also, I don't know if that's complete wealth or capital gains. Miss me on all the details.
Sure.
But what I'm saying is it can all be done. And if you really enjoy the theater, keep doing the theater.
Yeah.
But let's get stuff done. I almost
Mhm.
dropped it.
Good
Let's
form.
get stuff done
Good catch.
to help others in the world we live in. Also, similar to the early 2000s, leave Iran alone. Like, it's fine. We don't need that pro wrestling right now.
Yeah.
I need less than $5 in gas per gallon.
Seeing Cali prices
low
here,
bar.
by the way, is crazy.
It's a low bar. Don't harm others. Low bar. Did wrestling invent entrance music, or did Major League Baseball? Who invented walk-up music?
Oh man,
That
that's
started in the
chicken
late,
and the egg right
late,
there.
late 70s, early 80s, where it became a thing. It first started at, I think it was the WWF. That's Vince McMahon Sr.'s stuff. That was one of the draws he had to pull people away from AWA. to highlight their aura, so to speak. But it became a thing.
I
Late
can't,
70s.
with all of my baseball knowledge and wisdom here, because I am a baseball dork, I can't think of like when the original, the OG walkout song
It
started.
looks here.
Mhm.
The original OG walk-up song was Loop Rock.
Lou Brock.
Okay, that was a minute.
Yeah,
I
1970.
was going to guess 68. Okay.
Okay, so it looks here like Nancy Faust started it for the Chicago White Sox, and it was all organ music to start.
Okay. That's what I was going to say. Like, baseball's been around forever, so I would just obviously guess baseball did it first. But when baseball started, there were like 5 songs in the world. It's like, it's not like there's a bazillion bands of every genre that you can find like now. There were 5 songs people sung.
Oh, this gets even better. So it looks like it wasn't even completely league-wide adopted by every player until, this is so crazy, 1989. Because of the success of the movie Major League and the and Wild Thing with Rick Vaughn.
Charlie Sheen's guy. Oh, man.
This is crazy. But it looks here like teams like the Boston's Royal Rooters. I don't know what that is, but it looks like they would have like drum lines and stuff.
It's like ABS. They had to practice it in the minors for a couple of years.
100%.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, that's so funny.
So baseball started it.
So it's baseball for sure.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So it looks here, and a lot of players, okay, so like Alan Davis was the first player to get commercial music from Paul Simon's You Can Call Me Al. Okay, I mean,
that's an adorable walkout song.
These are very good.
What would have been Babe Ruth's walkout song?
Camptown Lady.
Doo-dah.
Doo-dah.
I wish I was an Oscar Irene.
So it started in 1970, allegedly, and then here we are, 2026. Did you guys see Edwin Diaz's first walkout for being the closer for the Dodgers?
No, I didn't see it.
So, he's got the Timmy trumpet, the bass comes in and then the trumpet comes in and the lights flicker on and off.
Yeah.
Like how, Dodger Stadium's the biggest stadium in Major League Baseball. Everyone had their phones out. Everyone was going crazy. Like, I got goosebumps just watching it. It was incredible. Like the trumpet player from the song was there live in person.
That's so awesome.
It was so dope.
It looks here, Babe Ruth in 1927, which wasn't his best season. That would have been 1920. That was Murderer's Row, right? 1920.
27 was Murderer's Row.
Yeah, 27 was Murderer's Row. But he was good before he was part of that. Yeah. But not the point of the story.
Sure.
Past his prime.
Yeah, but it says, past his prime. So it says here, there are reports that he came out oftentimes of Ain't She Sweet, which is Ben Burney and his orchestra, because jazz was huge then. Right. But this is from a Major League Baseball article. Other famed ones were the Chattanooga Choo Choo for Ted Williams in 1941 by the Glenn Miller Orchestra. Shake, Rattle, and Roll by Billy Haley and his comments for
now
Willie
we're
Mays.
Talking. There we go. Oh, of course, the black guy gets the coolest song.
Hey,
his is going to be better.
He's about to get topped, though, by Bob Gibson in 1968, the year that they changed the rules of Major League Baseball.
Oh, no.
Cry Like a Baby by the Box Tops.
God, that's genius.
Like that. Yeah. Dwight Gooden's The Heat Is On by Glenn Frey. I mean, there's some fire in
some banger. That's a banger.
So I didn't know this for a fact. Here's a fun one. Did you know in 1998, whenever Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa were battling for the home run record, they were both using the same walk-up song?
Oh, that's wild.
I did not know. Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve.
That song is horrible.
That would not put me in the mood to drop bombs. It's not home run vibes right there.
Well, if you don't like Roger Maris, you don't like Bittersweet Symphony.
I still feel slighted because of the existence of that song. Because in 07, when the Seahawks went out to, actually it was 07, the first time we went to the Super Bowl, they had us come out to that song, and apparently they wanted a different song, but they threw that out there.
I'm assuming they wanted a different song.
Yes.
Sure.
I would assume they wanted Pearl Jam.
Yes.
Like, what else would you, as a Seattle audio slave?
To put that out on us, and that's some bad juju.
Us as the Seahawks from your fan perspective.
Correct.
Oh, man, yeah. The existence of that song is the bane of my existence, actually.
There's been incredible walkout music throughout the history of baseball. I mean, not only baseball, all sports. My personal favorite, is when Josh Reddick was in Oakland and he was a right fielder. He would come out to Careless Whisper by Wham. And then his whole fan club behind him in the outfield bleachers would all have saxophones and they would all sway together. It's one of my favorite moments. It's genius.
That's brilliant.
It hasn't been top since, maybe until Edwin Diaz recently.
You have walkout music, Saleh.
Yes.
What is it?
It is Shepherd's Rain. They're a band from New Zealand, a Samoan metal band. And the song that they performed for me is Le Manu. It's a metal take on a Samoan war dance called the Sivatau. Le Manu. It is a beauty.
They know you use it?
It's a banger.
I've been trying to get them stateside. There's a couple of other wrestlers that use some of the music and stuff. So we're like, hey man, there's people listen to your stuff here.
Yeah.
Like your song just played out to like sea of 400, 500 people.
Yeah. You're over.
Yeah, you guys are so over.
I come out to TI's Bring Them Out.
Smart. Great one.
Yeah, which is because I start the show.
Yeah.
And this is completely pro wrestling stuff right now. But so I come out. Oh,
let me start. That song gets me hype, bro.
Which one? Yours?
Bring Them Out.
Oh yeah.
And then when you started making yours, like even more so, because it's it starts to settle. We have like 30 seconds of quiet, and then all of a sudden, Bring Them Out. I was like, yo, it means showtime. It means lock it in. It means let's go.
The only thing is, Fred has to kill time long enough to get to the Albuquerque part.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 100% true.
You always got to eat enough clock to where they finally say Albuquerque. Then he can go.
So there's when I hear the Bay Area to sack time, I know it's coming.
Yeah.
And then that's when hi and hello and welcome you to, because that's the gimmick, right? But but the reason I come out first at every show is so people know to get to their seats because we're going to do the national anthem.
That's our flickering the lights, the theater.
100% true. And it's cool. I mean, I love attention. That's what thing, thing, that's the world I live in. But when I go out there, I don't have anything to say except for hurry up and get to your seat.
Yeah.
Shut up. Sit down.
Yeah. You know what we're going to have on soon? Television cameras. And I need these seats full. So come from the bar. And that's, you guys will notice, you guys already know, you're in the industry. Yeah. But friends will notice, and fans of Duke City Championship Wrestling, I'm out there as long as it takes people to get to the seat.
Sure.
Like I have so much prepared. And then, so at the last show, people were ready to go at the last show.
Yeah.
And it was a huge day here in Albuquerque. It was professional bull riding and No Kings, and the United had their home opener, and our show. There was just so much going on, and everything was sold out around town.
Yeah.
So people got in, and they were out all day doing stuff. So they were ready to go there in their seats. And I'm like, cool, I got the 6-7 things I need to bullet point and hit on. I get out there, bring them out. I'm like, this place is full up.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's go. So I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, those are willing and able at this time, we please ask that you stand, rise and stand for the Performance International Anthem. Here comes Logan Ramirez, by the way.
Killed it.
Stone cold killer.
Shredder.
Killed it.
Plays that thing on the guitar. Place goes crazy. USA chants, blah, blah, blah. And I forgot that I was going to say how excited we were tonight to introduce the very first female official in the history of Duke City Championship Wrestling. So we go through the opening match. Reina Rivera makes her debut as the very first female official in the history of Duke City Championship Wrestling. And it's a heavy lift. It's a gauntlet match. It goes on for 20 minutes. This thing is and at the end, I go to the Adam Merrick, who's our ringside announcer, and I go, hey, brother, I'm going to need that mic. So I jump in the ring and I grab her. I'm like, hey, right here next to me, kiddo. And I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed history. And like afterwards, I'm like, not choked up, but I'm like embarrassed. I'm like, whatever. I go to the back. I go, hey, you're the best kid. Like, thanks for being out there doing so great. And she's like, gotta embarrass me like that.
I thought it was a great moment.
I
thought it was even better that you did it after the match without drawing undue attention to the gravity of the moment. You let people realize how big of a moment it was, and then put the little exclamation point on the end.
It was fun. It was a super fun one.
Well, I mean, there's a really good reason why all of the Duke City Championship Wrestling NWA New Mexico fans were pumped and in their seats and ready to go, is because of your legendary pre-show. Yeah. Obviously, the best one that's ever happened, like by far. I might not be objective here.
No. We talked about this yesterday on The Real Show, where Brandon Ortega said, I mean, we talked about production and how fortunate we've been to take a lot of young bloods in the industry, not just workers, but production. We're talking specifically about the TV crew. but be able to pair them with people who know a little something. So with the television crew we use, they were really good at making movies and doing stuff. And we partnered with Brandon Ortega, who really knows pro wrestling, and we're able to create a really great product. And we did that with you and Ricky the Renegade Rebel, where it was Ricky had never hosted a pre-show. And at Duke City Championship Wrestling, we do a thing that is so very interesting. The show doesn't start when the show starts. The show starts when the doors open.
Yeah.
So when you come in, we have hosts. And sometimes it's live music. Sometimes we're playing a movie. Sometimes we're doing whatever, right? But it was Van and Ricky the Renegade Row. And you guys, without taking a piss or a breath, went back and forth for, I think, 55 minutes.
Correct.
Yeah, and of just pure entertainment to the fans in attendance.
Cold too, no prep, right? Y'all just
cold, no prep, didn't work on anything, no notes from production. We just jumped right in.
And then both those guys, like Ricky the Renegade Rebel, then 3 matches later jumps on commentary and is doing a thing. And Van and I do the social media spotlight of the night, and it's just wild how much talent surrounds not just the talent in the ring. And I know that's not just true for our indie promotion, but it's true for so many of them around the country.
So here's the thing about DCCW that I'm very grateful for at NWA New Mexico. The various avenues that you can help serve the show, and whether if it's in the ring or as a wrestler, whether it's a ref, we'll have opportunities for that. But whether if you're backstage helping keeping the show moving and grooving, that is very important roles. But then you have like those who are having to make a pivot in life and not able to do the things they have been. So there's still opportunities. Ricky the Renegade Rebel having to still be a personality, a presence for NWA New Mexico still is a beautiful thing. I am grateful to see that, the pivot that he's making in life. I'm excited to see what's next for him. But like, I'm grateful for the opportunities that come. I come from film where pick your poison. There's so many opportunities for you to help be part of the show. I love that NWA New Mexico gives that opportunity for others.
I thought it was incredible the job that Ricky did, like coming in cold, never doing it before, no notes, just like trust Van, like you guys got this. Clever, funny, great interviews, poke the right people. He flopped in between heel and face in that whole hour. He did absolutely incredible, and that's like not just an indictment of his talent, but it's crazy how far he came in a couple short months from like being on his deathbed to be able to like help out NWA New Mexico and perform.
And he's been pretty public about it, but he kicked out of a really tough situation. And, after doing that, to, still be a contributor at the level he currently is, and obviously striving for more, as he can. But I think the only note I gave you guys, I don't think I gave it to you. I think I gave it to him during the pre-match. And obviously I'm flying around doing, 100 things at one time, was, hey, make sure you go upstairs in the mezzanine. That was my only note, because it was because obviously you guys start in the line outside and you start in the merch booth and you come inside and all this stuff. And I was like, there's, the El Rey is so unique and it's how it's built, where we have that really cool mezzanine too. Those fans are up there, go get them. And Johnny on the spot, he was, to get up there. So yeah, just wildly good in every single way. And then, a little bit of production out here, Saleh is wrestling in the co-main because the Enchanted Championship is the main event with Tiffany Nieves being in town.
Happy International Women's Month, by the way.
All right.
Look at us. We did a really nice social media thing for that, and it went well. I was very happy about it. So with Saleh and For Sale normally has like a pretty significant posse. Like that's part of the gimmick, right? Yeah. Well, with TSA and some things going on in real life, literally all of For Sale's posse doesn't show. Like they can't catch flights.
Couldn't show.
Yeah.
Couldn't.
Yeah, there's other stuff going on, like freak occurrences that we couldn't forecast. So last minute, we're changing up, telling that story from what should have been, the group that could have been to Saleh plus one. And you're like, cool, they got it. Sure. There's so much trust.
Shout out to Chelsea, by the way.
Yeah.
Killed. Great job. Amazing work.
Yeah, she's very good.
Yeah.
She's wildly good. And same thing with the pre-show, where it was the person we had lined up for whatever reason not available. And I'm about to say something flattering, and I don't mean to, but like the easy answer from the beginning of the pre-show would have always been Van. The easy answer would have been, we have the guy who's already the best at it. We'll just put him in place. But then anyone who would ever follow would be cooked.
Sure.
Right? Bummer. So it's like, does Van want to do it every single time, or do we want to downgrade our standard? And I thought this was a really great way to say, even if it ends up being just Ricky or Ricky plus one in the future, like it'll still maintain that quality. Also, pro wrestling fan out there, if this was an AMA or pro wrestling promoter, it's more than just the matches in the ring.
Yeah.
Cannot stress that too.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Like, ask me. I mean, let me ask you if it's crossing a line here to where, like, maybe one show, maybe one production, you show what's going on in the background.
I am team stay in front of the curtain.
Okay. I understand that, and I assume that was going to be the default answer.
Yeah.
But for the people who really don't know how big of a production it is and how important every single step of the process is, it'd be incredible. Like just a one-off, you get to see how everything works.
there's something about eating sausage, right?
Sure.
It tastes really good if you don't know how it's made.
Yep.
And I'll say this, because I also loved Mr. Rogers because he would take me into the sausage factory and show me how it was made.
Right.
But it doesn't just start at the production meeting beforehand or the talent meeting beforehand or the backstage dynamics during. It starts in the 30 days that aren't the one day that you perform. You know, today, if I were to tell you, like, hey, I paid this bond and I paid for these promotional items and I did, like, the amount of what you do every single day, and it's, hey, I deflected 3 workers who trying to get their buddy signed for the next show. And I'm like, it's so hard to communicate these things on what it is. Also, when I started it the 3 years ago, when we started it, knowing what I know now, I would have took a different role.
I don't blame you, man. You wear so many hats for that organization.
Oh.
You know, it's your baby, and you've nurtured it so well over the years. And obviously, like, you can't do it without the help of everyone involved. You know, that's what we're talking about right now, what a big production it is. But, you know, huge kudos to you, Fred, because your vision led to this. And, like, you see it, the Duke City Championship Wrestling fans and now the NWA New Mexico fans who have been here for the whole ride have seen the meteoric rise of the show, the production, and how quality it is.
Some of them have been here the whole ride.
Right.
You know, I could show you. I talked to a fan over the weekend whose family's going through some really tough stuff right now. And we had that conversation where he says, hey, man, this is that little escape I yearn for. He was like, the time looking up to it and the event itself. And I texted him the day after the event because how fortunate, arm's length, right? That we just talked about, the spectacles. To say, I got you. You know, say, like, not just I, but NWA New Mexico, Duke City Championship Wrestling, we got you. You know, we talked a little bit about that couple earlier who found each other and fell in love. We talked about Saleh and I's friendship is a really good example.
Sure.
You know, I wouldn't be so fortunate to know he to the degree that I do if not for this thing. And obviously your involvement with Comic-Con and all those similar things. But, yeah, there's a fellowship about this that is irreplaceable. And because of that, you don't change a thing. Right?
Sure.
You don't. But I think I looked it up the other day, or at least from memory to look it up. I think Thunder is the only guy who's been on every show.
The only one.
The only one.
Oh, wow.
And there's some other guys who are real close. Alec Viles real close.
Right behind him.
He's only missed one. I've only missed one. And I mean, it's all for, I think Alec Viles was like at a wedding. My dad died. You know, there was like things. Oh, you just can't skip some things. You know, but yeah, there are dudes. And
I was on tour for 2 shows.
Yeah, he's just gone.
Yeah, I was out shooting some stuff.
And I think Tommy Two Scoops, since he started with us, and he wasn't on episode 1, he was on whatever the third one.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, there are some of these guys that have just been gigantic contributors towards, you know, this thing that aren't for sale, aren't you? You know, 'cause you've done a ton too behind the scenes where it's, you know, we all put in the effort, and one day somebody will buy it from us.
You think so?
I hope so. Gosh.
From your cold, dead fingers, Fred.
The amount of money it would take is not as high as the amount of money you think it would take.
It'll take more, actually.
Yeah.
It just keeps taking from you. Any regrets, Fred? We're about to approach our 30-year anniversary.
Yeah, in life, I got a bunch of them.
How about for DCCW?
Yeah, there's a handful. The shortest answer is no, because we'll get to them all. You know, but it's like the regrets are that we're not there yet. Ooh. You know, and it's not like a hurry up and wait situation, but it's, if I knew how powerful the brand and the impact and all those things would have been when we started, I would have tried to do more earlier, because it was, I think I stayed on the bunny slopes too long. You know, the NWA partnership is a real good example of I don't know how to say this without sounding cynical, but we don't only have local talent. We have nationwide talent.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's because of the NWA partnership. You know where all of our local talent is? Like, not to get on to one because I know we got to wrap, but it's in our crew. It's in our production.
Right.
All of crew and production is Albuquerque based.
Yeah.
And that's incredible to me. And then the talent in the ring, a lot of it Albuquerque based, maybe half. But the other half make the effort to be here with us. And that is special to me. So, yeah, move a little bit faster would be my answer. That's my one regret. We could have.
All right, I'll do the opposite of a regret, something I love seeing every time. And, fans of wrestling who have heard me on these podcasts before have heard me say the same thing before. Seeing it through the eyes of somebody watching it for the first time.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's just rejuvenating every single show. Knowing that you're putting on this incredible show for someone who's walking into that building for the first time, it gives me that energy to go out there and do it every single time. And I know Saleh, you and the rest of the workers, Fred, you and your production team, that's what keeps you guys going as well. And it's awesome.
Yeah, we're lucky. And also this story that we're telling here is true for Saleh's family who's doing it in Northern California, or it's true for the organizations I used to work with in the St. Louis metro area. And it's true for Dog Pound in Texas and World League Wrestling and NWA Chicago and Exodus Pro and Joe Kazana Productions. They all have this thing, Fight the World. They all have this exact same fellowship. I don't know the word to use.
Sure.
Which is sweet. Super sweet. This is a good program.
Agree.
Thank you to Howie's for having us. Thank you for the three of us. Friends of the show have started to pour in, so we have to go to get with them. Like I said, we're gonna watch pro wrestling here, which will be fun. So come for the viewing party, and then obviously NM-ish. If you want to come play video games with us and enjoy some fellowship, you can, because we will. Give me final words, boys, before we cut this one loose.
Thank you.
Not bad.
Thank you.
That's a good one. Friends of the show, friends of NWA New Mexico. Monday night at Howie's is the spot. We're declaring it now. First night of many.
I looked away from the live chat too long. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot.
I promise we'll involve you more in the future. We see you, all of you. For Saleh Taylor, for Van Nunley, for Howie Sports Page, who hosted us, and Duke City Championship Wrestling. Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.